We're gonna get straight into it, guys, with some cam. And what's cam, you ask? That is what you're looking at on the screen here. It's canned alternative meat. We actually coined that phrase ourselves because we found a few things that we did like, so we're gonna continue the process. But one thing I will say is, since this video, we found a few other things that I knew about from the past. Thanks, Mom. And we're gonna bring that back into the picture because I think it does a little bit better than what the cam can produce. But in this episode, we're gonna bust this cam down and we're gonna make ourselves some General Toast chicken, or General Tso chicken, however you pronounce it. And look what's in there. No GMO, you ho. And that's not all we're gonna be making today. We're actually gonna use a lot of the broccoli, half for the General Toast chicken, half we're gonna combine with some beets. Gonna wash those up real quick. Beets don't really have much flavor to them, but they definitely add some sort of a vibe. We'll call it that. Beets add a vibe. Beets don't kill my vibe. And as you can see, my beautiful sous chef and fiance has chopped down a bunch of veggies because we're gonna actually be creating a vegan cheese that we're gonna put in these fried plantain cups. Shouts out to Goya. Epic. And as always, we want to have some of the best rice that we could make, and I think jasmine rice is up there with that. If you cook jasmine rice the right way with a little bit of coconut milk, bruh. Then we're gonna set that aside and let it simmer in a pot right here with some minced garlic. Trust me, the flavors are gonna be bussin'. Just don't burn it, let it cook slow, because this is what we're gonna use for the cheese sauce. So you're gonna grab some vegan butter, you're gonna drop 2 tablespoons in there, and then follow these instructions on screen with these ingredients on screen. Let that cook down. What you wanna do is you kinda wanna get half the ingredients cooked down, and then you wanna add your oat milk or your soy milk or whatever milk you drink. Hopefully it's not from a cow. And you wanna slowly simmer that until it starts to thicken up, as you can see here. And this is where you get that cheesy, gooey sauce that you can actually use for noodles, some mac and cheese. You can make a pizza with this sauce and it's bomb, trust me. Those are the vegetables that we had to cook down in the oven. We just roasted it, added some seasoning, so that way when we get this General Toast chicken complete, it's all set. Super important not to forget to keep stirring. Now that your cheese is cooked down, you want to add those simmering vegetables to it, and it's going to start to thicken a bit. And I tell you right now, this tastes like cheese, if not better. This tastes better than cheese. I'm not gonna toot my own horn, but anything we make in this household and call it vegan, it's gonna taste better than the original. And I'm standing on that statement. Okay, now that the vegetables and the cheese sauce have been combined, it's time to put those in the plantain cups. So you're gonna wanna pop those in a little Pyrex, add about 2 tablespoons each so it's an even spread, and those are gonna go into the oven for about 30 minutes at 300. Now we whip out the cast iron and we grab that can, and I want to show y'all what this looks like coming straight out of the can, because the can label says ready to eat, meaning I could grab that with my hands right now, not that I would, and eat that. So just so you know, this is way better than meat. Got some coconut flour, we're gonna bread this bad boy, not too much, you just want enough to where it has a coating, but we're ultimately gonna be putting this with General Toast sauce anyway, so we don't want it to be too breaded or fried or dried, because it's going to be re-moist anyway. Re-moist, that's not even a word. Moist. And while that cast iron is getting nice and hot, I want to start to mix up this General Toast sauce. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this came in a packet and all I had to do was add like 2 ingredients, which included a splash of water. So there was one other ingredient and I kind of forgot it. Now, it's very important to remember that when you cook cam, you can't cook it on a high heat because it's not really meat. Make sure you cook it on a low heat. You want it to get crispy on the outside, but also be kind of tender / crispy on the inside. If you cook it too fast on a high heat, the outside will be burnt, the inside will be mush. You're not really gonna like it. I mean, you probably eat meat, so you're not gonna like it regardless, but if you didn't eat meat, this is gonna be the bomb. Just follow these instructions. As you can see, I'm cooking it down slow. I already added some of that General Toast sauce in there, so that way it can cook down and really intensify the flavor. You can't taste it from here, but you can see that it looks like it tastes bomb. And while that's all going, I can check in on the white rice, and it's looking pretty good, I have to say. I think it's time we can add some green onion and kind of finish off this plate. Take notes. Chop, chop. I probably never mentioned this before in the past, but you want to always have a sharp knife. That makes or breaks most dishes. I can't explain it further than that, but if your knife sucks, your food probably sucks too. Gotta stay sharp out here. Alright, now that we got the General Toast chicken cooked down, we got the veggies cooked down, we got the plantain cups cooked down, the rice is cooked down, we're doing the final touches. I'm hungry as hell. I think it's time to plate this thing and see what it looks like. But more importantly, let's see what it tastes like. Nah, I gotta say, this is one of the better looking dishes. Very well plated. It looks exactly like what it says to be, General Toast chicken, though there is no actual meat on that plate. There's no actual dairy on that plate, but there's a whole lot of flavor on that plate. We're gonna give this a taste test, see how it's all bussin'. Like, look at the texture. You already see the crunch. Like, would you look at it? Would you just look at it? Look. Sheesh. Shouts out to Goya. And shouts out to my sous chef. And shouts out to me. And shouts out to this plantain culture. Oh, yo. When I tell you that thing tastes like it needs to be in a restaurant, don't mind the band-aid on my face. But yeah, that needs to be in a restaurant. We're working on it. But until then, as always, thanks for tuning into The Struggler's Meal. And as I always say, you're welcome, motherfuckers.